Okay, so this is my room basically. I live in a one-bedroom apartment, which has been one of the hardest things for me ever. Uh, it's very stressful. I'm kind of not used to it. I kind of am. It depends on certain circumstances. And also, there are certain things, like right now, we're just going back and forth with things. About this, a while back, it is a coping skills alphabet kitchen rag. I don't use these. I try to carry it around as much as possible. It's a coping skill thing because it stresses me out not to have different things to use and fidget with as I need to, due to not only misdiagnosis in my childhood, but other contributing factors like not having stuff like that around. That right there is a dry erase board. Unique version of it, because if you flip it over, it has something else written on the back of it. And then this I bought online. Rainbow. This is a horrible camera for this. Rainbow grounding technique. And I do it a certain way too on that one. And then the other one is another dry erase board. With some of those, I keep things permanently on there. I do not like dry erase, where it's constantly erase all the time. It varies on the daily. As with a lot of the other stuff, this is my brand new phone, thanks to my dad and my ex. Well, mainly my dad. He sent me the money, and because I'm limited now in doing things, he doesn't believe how I believe, so it makes it really hard to find something to relate. Like, I can't clean like he cleans. My body's in pain when it cleans, so I have to fight with certain things, which I don't like doing, but I don't have a choice on that. So, which can go to the extreme because the device that my chiropractor used is nearly $200 for the device. Yeah, it's a pretty expensive tool there. It comes in different colors. So far, I've seen it in 2 colors, blue and I think black. But I did go once, well, more than once to the chiropractor. I went to one, and it was only the first time, and I didn't have much of a good experience. I did, but I didn't, because things weren't as needed. So I went to another chiropractor, and he's more specialized. Like, certain things can hurt my body in the long run. So I try to lessen that down because I do not like being pushed to the max on that. Because it's not good for my health, and it's definitely not good for my chiropractic needs. Whether I'm reinforcing it or not, but most of the time I do because of my age, which is almost 45. But I hate how I look sometimes because I look young, and I don't like that because I had bad experiences more than pleasant experiences, and the pleasant experiences were less appreciated in lots of ways, and they were much harder for me to document a certain way where I felt good about it. Yeah, I'm writing stuff down as I go a little bit here. Talk. Which is this that I'm doing right now is basically 6th grade. And I was like, what? So there's different things as I learned as I went along, because I got confused in a lot of areas that most people don't get confused in. So, like this one is based out of a language arts book, and I'm writing lightly because I don't have my art pencil with me, which I normally try to now have more than any other pencil, unless it's a coping, like an anti-stress pencil, or one that I could use like that. So let's see, I'm gonna add a certain part to it. This is the hard part. Okay, document. This is uncommon for me. Let's just say that I don't know why people don't appreciate decoding very good, especially when it is a necessity to language development, and especially in writing, because right there, that's technically the wrong way to write it, but I'm writing it, so when I rewrite it, I know I'm accurately spelling it right and not missing the information I could before when I just wrote out the word and could completely misspell it altogether or whatever. That's one way with my words that I learned it. And then having one of these, which is nice. And notice here it says dotted pages. Dotted pages, blank pages, and line plate pages all differ for me. So like this one is the dotted, and I would draw certain things on it. Like this is like a kind of like a postcard, but flashcard worksheet, and they're two different sizes, so I could see the accuracy in my spelling for one, and for two, it helps me with visual, and there goes my speech, visualization. If you teach me to say a word a different way, I'm gonna get angry. Because there are so many people who were bullying me because I was mispronouncing it. I've been mispronouncing words since I was a little kid, and it wasn't funny. It was something that was the hardest for me to overcome, and still is. Speech therapy was no easy thing to overcome either, because my parents did stop it years ago like I was a burden. And they're the type sometimes that fast is everything, accuracy is nothing. They took one of the famous sayings and twisted it. there was two guys, or more than two, that quoted fast is okay, accuracy is everything. And which means the more accurate you get, maybe the better the speed, but not always. Because if you focus too much on speed, you're going to miss a lot of information that will misinterpret the whole entire situation, and it will put in disinformation. Disinformation means false information. So if you put in I'm happy when I'm not, that's disinformation. Like, I know there's several hundred words that can be used for happy, but I'm not going to always use happy as just happy, because that is not a part of my true character. There is a guy that invested his time in a book that has different traits, and he specifically does not entirely use medical diagnosis. Instead, what he does is he helps other people identify its accuracy by itself. So, like, he's got one for different things. I normally, when it comes to guy coaches, it just differs on accuracy and category. I'm more of a self-help, I guess you can say nerd, but I don't like using that word, geek. There was, back when, I remember I had, I don't remember where I picked it up from, but there was something that's like a bumper sticker or something that said, "What do you geek?" And I'm like, wait, normally that would be a negative, not a positive. And I geek books. I love books. I'm a bookworm. I'm a book lover, no doubt. I love a variety of books. There are books that, back in the day, well, I do have one back in the day book that I had growing up. Well, it wasn't mine. I didn't buy it, but it was in the family temporarily. And it was one of the best books I have seen, because it was a storybook, an audiobook, but this type of audiobook, they read it differently. They have like a little picture, and you push the button and it's supposed to read certain contents out. Those are preferable for me, versus you gotta have a phone, you gotta have a computer shit, and sometimes that could be quite exhausting, because I was exploited and exposed quite a while on camera, and there were times where it was completely not my best of interest to be on camera. Like, my parent, somehow somebody took a photo of me when I was a kid of my parents obsessively drinking alcohol, and I was in the pool reaching for my mom, and it looked like I was reaching for the fucking can in my mom's hand. And I wouldn't be surprised how many people misinterpret pictures, even. Like, there's so many details in it that could be dismissed. Especially that one. And I'm like, dang. Because I wanted, not really to be held, but to be heard. And I wasn't being heard. So that's another thing, that if you don't care about not being heard, then that's on you. Because a lot of times people do want to be heard. They want to feel they have importance, no matter, it doesn't have to be high importance, but enough importance, because God made people important. Otherwise, He wouldn't have prioritized it that way. Even special needs adults, He prioritized His own way, unlike how we do. That's to say, it's not the same.